Natumba ready to battle it out. Brad Block gets us started, and here we go. Round one brought to you by 7 Stars Energy Drink in the black and the blue trim. That's going to be Gonsalves in the all-black Claude Natumba.
It's going to be interesting to see the two guys testing their stand-up against each other. Claude Natumba, more of your traditional kickboxer, whereas Gonsalves has that Muay Thai background.
I mean, it's so obvious, the size advantage, the reach advantage for Gonsalves. That being said, Natumba's a guy that can take a punch, no problem, and he can close distance quickly.
Absolutely.
Very athletic.
Absolutely, he can get in the pocket and he can exchange there. But Claude Natumba so far taking most of the shots here, and Gonsalves doing all of the fighting now, looking for that takedown. He has Natumba pressed up against the fence, drops down for that single. Natumba shows good takedown defense though, but it might just be a matter of time. Decent takedown defense from Claude Natumba, Cyrus. And this is clearly where he wants to keep it. He wants to keep it at range. He wants to stand and trade.
You're definitely going to get that out of Natumba. Gonsalves does have in the back pocket, though, a nice submission game, a great ground game.
Absolutely, very well-rounded fighter.
We'll see if he eventually tries to take this to the ground, because Natumba not necessarily the best when it comes to groundwork.
Nice use of the side kick. Just keeps him at distance, keeps him out of the striking range. But you can see Natumba's trying to cut off the corners, he's trying to cut off the cage, so he can't just move and circle, which allows him to close that gap and get within range where he can strike.
Good, beautiful kick to the body there.
Beautiful kick to the body, yeah. I think it was sort of more on the leg where it hit him. Not used to kicking that high to the body, but well executed by Natumba. Big swing and a miss by Claude Natumba.
Wow, that was a haymaker right there.
And that's what we talked about earlier on. He always comes out, he throws everything heavy at you. It's not these small little punches to try and find range or score points. He tries to take your head off with everything. And a guy like that is so dangerous. You make one small mistake, one small lapse in judgment, your timing is the slightest bit off.
Natumba does a great job of catching that kick. That's the second time that he's caught that kick. Great timing by Natumba.
Fantastic sprawl that time by Claude Natumba as well. And again, Gonsalves goes for the takedown, and it's stuffed.
Once again, I mean, just when you think, you know, Claude Natumba can't learn anymore, this guy continues just to get better, to pick up these skills, takedown defense. I mean, he looks fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was sort of 3 takedown attempts by Gonsalves, and not one of them looked like it was close to being completed. So certainly, props to Claude Natumba for keeping this thing standing, being able to sprawl and brawl. And that's exactly where he wants to be.
Gonsalves, you know, he's not quite as aggressive as we'd like to see. And I think for the first time being in the EFC, we've talked about the jitters before. I mean, when you first step inside that hexagon, it doesn't matter if you have pro experience or not. This is a production like no other, especially on this continent. This is the premier show in all of the continent of Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. We've had guys inside this hexagon, guys that have gone to world championships for judo, and you name a sport, they've been there, they've competed on the biggest stage in front of massive crowds, and as soon as they get inside here, it's almost as if they freeze up. And we've seen a lot of guys that really struggle their first time out, and they sort of come into their own in the second. And Claude Natumba is making it very difficult for Steven Gonsalves at the moment. He's not allowing him to setting into a rhythm. He's constantly cutting off the corners, and he's aggressively coming forward and striking, which is exactly how he needs to go about this fight.
Exactly. It's just the way that Claude is conducting himself is that he is the alpha inside that hexagon right now.
Absolutely. You
dictating the fight.
Gonsalves changes stances from orthodox to southpaw all the time, but he's not really utilizing much more than that. He's got a very upright stance.
It doesn't seem like anything that Gonsalves is throwing, he's really getting all love. It doesn't seem like he's putting everything behind his punches or his kicks. He's moving backwards. He's just not getting everything in his strikes.
Exactly right. It's almost, they talk about sport karate, points fighting. He's throwing punches as sort of rangefinders and things. And again, you can see in that exchange, even though nothing landed, Claude Natumba's throwing haymakers, and he wants to take his head off.
38-year-old, the Black Eagle, Claude Natumba, continuing to push the pace here in round number 1, making an impression. setting the tone for the fight. Here comes Gonsalves, leading with some kicks, but catches nothing of Natumba, and that's going to be it for round number 1. And I mean, the story so far is and here we go. It looks like Brad Block's going to get us started. Round number 2 of a possible 3-round fight in the featherweight division. Round 2 is brought to you by 7 Stars Energy. Fuel your body with what it needs. Would really like to see that jab be implemented here for Gonsalves. He's really not snapping it out there. We know he has it, but he's just not getting comfortable enough.
Flying knee.
Wow. Taking a chance is Stephen Gonsalves, and he may pay for it.
Tumba takes him down after that flying knee. You always wonder how much of it actually connects when a guy throws that. It's not often that you really get that pep through the hip. But it looks spectacular. It looks absolutely spectacular. Now Gonsalves looks like he's got his tail up.
Exactly. It seems like he has a little bit more confidence in there.
Good body kick by Gonsalves.
You know, having veteran coaches over there, Kurt Stratum and Vika Swart, that really just says so much, and that goes so far. Guys that know this sport like the back of their hands, and you got to believe that they were telling him in the corner, you got to be aggressive, you got to do more.
That was a connection, but I think it was also him being off balance more than anything else, really. Big shot by Natumba.
Big left hand, a huge hook. Everybody's slipping and falling.
A big shot by Natumba.
Oh, wow, Natumba connects again.
I think he legitimately dropped him that time with the left. Be interesting to see that in the replay.
Everybody's hitting the ground here in this opening matchup. Natumba hits the ground. Gonsalves hits the ground. What a round number 2.
It started off a little feely out process, but both these guys are going to town now. Good inside leg kick by Gonsalves. That's how you slow someone like Claude Natumba down. Make him think 2 or 3 times before just coming in and closing that distance.
That flying knee that we, like I said, we don't know how much connected, but it made Claude Natumba respect his opponent a little bit more.
Absolutely. And those things also come out of nowhere, so it's difficult to sort of have your defenses up when something like that actually happens. But you can almost see Claude Natumba physically is a lot stronger than Gonsalves, and I think Gonsalves might be in a bit of trouble here. It looked like he was staggered there for a second.
But now recovering is Stephen Gonsalves. The first time we've seen him in the clinch up against the fence. A Muay Thai specialist. It should look good in the clinch. We should see the elbows and see the knees.
Looking for that takedown, and Natumba uses that Kimura to get out of it. Now he's given up his back here. Gonsalves going to jump on it.
My, how things can change quickly in this sport. But he does not quite have the hooks in.
He's got him down though, and he's got some sort of, can't see from this angle exactly where his arm is. From hand positioning, from where we can see, I don't think he's in too much trouble, but he's got full mount, which is a really bad spot, especially with 2 minutes to go. Natumba has to try and wall walk here and get him off of him. And Gonsalves, on the other hand, take your time. You've got a lot of time to work. You're in a good position, the best of the fight so far for him anyway.
Gonsalves here with the ground and pound. He's not connecting a lot, but it doesn't seem like Natumba is going to be able to get out of there anytime soon. And just as I say that, Claude Natumba.
He's looking for the triangle though, is Gonsalves. Natumba's going to have to be wary here. Feels that, immediately backs out of it, and we're back standing. What a fight to start this thing.
Trading punches. These two are looking for fight of the night, going after it, leaving it in the hexagon.
Yeah, they're certainly fighting for that bonus money, no doubt about that.
That is certainly a real thing. These fighters come into every fight looking to finish, looking to get that bonus money.
You can see Claude Natumba's also slowing down, took a lot out of him, but so did Gonsalves from that exchange in the grappling contest on the ground. Another attempted flying knee.
I've never seen so many running attacks in one fight that we've seen from Gonsalves.
Might be some sort of a record.
Yeah, seriously, really. He gets a nice little jog there before he goes for his jumping.
Good head kick, very well mixed up. Looked like he was going to aim for the body and just snaps it through at the end. Natumba looks up at the clock. He is tired. Nice stiff jab. And this is what he should have been doing from early on. Push that jab out. He's got all the reach in the world.
This is an EFC fight. This is an MMA fight. This is cage fighting, folks. It is all-out brutality here, and they are leaving it all in the hexagon.
Big shot thrown by Ntumba, but we've got mere seconds remaining. It'll take us into the third. What a mad round.
Fantastic. Third and final round brought to you by 7 Stars Energy Drink, Guarana-powered energy drink, official energy drink of the EFC.
Inside leg kick by Gonzalez. It's really working for him. I'd like to see him throw a little bit more of those, but it seems as soon as the first punch is thrown, both of these guys it sort of goes into brawling mode and technique goes out the window. Another good leg kick.
Here we go again. Switch kick attempt. Looking for a side kick to the body. Gonzalez very, very creative with the kicks.
Yeah, very creative with his striking approach. And there you can see the significant difference in reach between the two of them. Gonzalez just sort of flicks his hip and he's able to land that inside leg kick. And Ntumba had to take 2 or 3 steps forward and throw it up. He still couldn't quite get to the mark. He has to close the distance and get into the pocket and throw those big bombs.
More than anything, the difference with Gonzalez, he's comfortable and he's actually putting something behind the kicks now. He's actually throwing with a little bit of impact and ill intent. He's not just putting it out there to put it out there.
Big jumping kick by Claude Ntumba.
He says, you want a kick like that? I got one of my own. Claude Ntumba now
mixes it up with a kick to the leg by Ntumba.
Bad intentions here from the Black Eagle.
Big kick to the body by Ntumba. Swings hard and connects.
This is a scrap, folks.
Yeah, that is exactly what this is. Good inside leg kick. Nice following up with the right hand.
It's like he just flipped a switch
Big
on
knee
Claude
by
Ntumba.
Gonzalez, and then he gets thrown like a rag doll. Ntumba is tired.
Exhausted.
Working hard for his money out here tonight. It's Claude Ntumba. Big kick to the body and a punch by Gonzalez.
Wow. Claude Ntumba here looking to get off of a lost stride there against the Tandobiko. Looking to bounce back with a win against the debut of Steven Gonzalez. Back and forth action between these two. Nobody really taking the upper hand. It's very interesting to judge.
I would certainly wouldn't want to be a judge in this fight. It's been very, very close back and forth.
I don't even necessarily have a prediction at this point.
This is the thing, EFC President Cairo Howard says it all the time. Don't leave it in the hands of the judges, especially a fight this close.
Well, we are just at the halfway point right now, so these men definitely have the time and the power to put each other away, but do they have the energy to get that done? That remains to be seen.
Ntumba throws a good 2-punch combination. It looked like that left hook just sort of landed. But certainly the energy levels are running low at the moment.
Remember, fighting at altitude as well does make a difference. Of course, Ntumba and Gonzalez both from the area. That being said, it takes a lot more out of you when you're at this sort of height.
Absolutely. Even if you're used to it every single day of your life living at altitude, these deep rounds, we see it often in rugby games as well, that last sort of 20, 15 minutes of the game. Other teams certainly struggle up in the high veld. Nice side kick by Gonzalez. He's really getting a lot more comfortable now, especially with Ntumba slowing down. If I was Ntumba, I'd really dig deep here and just try and go after him.
That's where Gonzalez is most dangerous. When he gets comfortable and he really starts striking at his finest, that is where he's dangerous. Very surprised that we haven't seen Gonzalez maybe try to go for a takedown at this point. With them so dialed in with the striking, now that'd be a perfect time to try to take Ntumba down and work at jiu-jitsu.
Always good, just ask a couple of different questions, and it almost looked like he attempted the takedown there.
To me.
Yeah, it must be. Good use of the side kick again. He's just now, at this moment, he's very, very active, and he's not throwing a lot of hard shots, but he's staying active, he's throwing it out there, whereas Claude Ntumba is sort of just really, really tired and sort of just defending at this point in time.
Yeah, you can tell that Ntumba doesn't have much left here with 30 seconds left in round number 3.
Looks up at the clock, does Ntumba. Can we see one last flurry from him in this fight?
Another jumping knee by Gonsalves. One of 3 or 4 that we've seen just in this fight.
15 odd seconds remain. Good flurry by Njuma, but I think it might be too little too late for this round.
Final moment. And they're swinging haymakers aplenty. There it is.
Wow. Great contest.
Remember. All right, let's send it up to Shane the Duke Wellington for our official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score this contest 30-27, 30-26, and 30-27, declaring the winner by unanimous decision, Stephen Guts.